Well lads, what's up? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the next Battlefield game. The Battlefield franchise is in the worst position it's ever been in. Back-to-back releases of Battlefield 5 and 2042 did not go down well with the community. Both games were a critical and commercial disappointment. Still, EA hopes that it can pull things back around. While we have virtually no official details about the next Battlefield game, there are multiple rumours floating about online that might give us an indication of what direction the next Battlefield game is heading in. EA's CEO Andrew Wilson declared in 2013 that EA was going to be the world's greatest games company.
Stop the cap!
More recently, Andrew Wilson made another bold claim. Now, he's saying the next Battlefield is going to be absolutely massive. So massive that it's one of the most ambitious projects in EA's history. This week, EA's Q1 2025 financial results were released. EA stated that releases like EA Sports College Football and Strong Live Service Performance have declared results above expectations. Wilson continued and spoke about the next Battlefield by saying, "This is not just one of our top priorities, it is also one of the most ambitious projects in our history. We have brought together the very best team coupled with the resources and technology they need to deliver an epic Battlefield experience." Wilson has previously referred to the team working on the next Battlefield as the largest Battlefield team in the franchise history, set to build a Battlefield universe across connected multiplayer and single-player experiences. He continued and stated that despite our recent lackluster performance, we're encouraged by our team's unique ability to listen, learn, and draw inspiration from the community to deepen connection with the franchise. I don't know about any of ye, but I definitely wouldn't call making Battlefield a live service game listening to the community. Wilson also stated that Battlefield attracted over 25 million players over the last 12 months. This is an insane number, and it's nearly hard to believe. 25 million players played Battlefield in the last 12 months. I know the games are on Game Pass and they're talking about unique players, but this is still a really high number. What do you guys think? Anyway, let's continue. We don't know a lot of details regarding the next Battlefield game yet, but what we do know is that the game is going to be a live service, or in the words of EA, a tremendous live service. Motive Studio, a development studio that worked on the remake of Dead Space and Star Wars Squadrons, are now focused on the Battlefield franchise. They will be joining DICE, Criterion and Ripple Effect in building a Battlefield universe across connected multiplayer experiences. This is the largest Battlefield development team in the history of the franchise. In previous Battlefield games, such as Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Hardline and BF1, they used a system called Battlefield Premium. Players could pay an additional price and get access to various map packs and DLC. In Battlefield 3, for example, they released Back to Karkand, Close Quarters, Armored Kill, Aftermath and Endgame. Each DLC map pack came with 4 new maps, new weapons and new vehicles. Each DLC had unique marketing and they were very cleverly created and released. Similarly, in Battlefield 4, they released Second Assault, China Rising, Naval Strike, Dragon's Teeth and Final Stand, and a few smaller ones for free such as Night Operations and Community Operations. Near the end of BF3 and BF4's development, the game had so much content in the form of maps, weapons and vehicles. The game would have much more content than BF5 or Battlefield 2042 did. Even though I was a big fan of Battlefield Premium, it wasn't perfect. Because it was a paid service, when a map pack would be released, a lot of players would buy and download the map pack and play the new maps, but after a while, a couple of months later, it would be harder to find a game on those maps. The game essentially reverted back to mostly vanilla maps only. Basically, Battlefield Premium split up the player base. If you look at recent games such as Fortnite and Apex, these games are free to play and live service. Live service games are the most profitable games, and from EA's perspective, it makes financial sense to keep the Battlefield franchise as a live service model, even if the community doesn't want it. I think most of us can agree that the amount of content added to the newer Battlefield games, such as Battlefield 5 and 2042, isn't enough. The game game is going to be live service regardless of what the community wants, so at least give us more content every season. Like I said, we don't have much information regarding the next Battlefield game yet, but according to Tom Henderson, a renowned source of leaking gaming information, or at least reporting on leaked gaming information, he seems to believe that the next Battlefield release will be around October-November 2025, but this could easily be pushed back to 2026. Earlier this year, Insider Gaming also posted another report based on Battlefield. This report contained alleged details about the actual gameplay. Supposedly, the next Battlefield is taking a back to its roots approach. Some of these features include a return to 64-player lobbies and a 4-class system. This report also mentions that the next Battlefield game will likely be set during the present day, apparently sometime between 2025 and 2030. I'll also mention that this report also suggests that the next Battlefield game will be released with a standalone Battle Royale mode. This will be free to play and launched separately from the main game. Before I finish this video up, I quickly want to say that if you watched my previous video called The Man Who Changed the FPS Industry, you're probably aware of who Vince Zampella is. Zampella founded the original Infinity Ward development studio and worked on the original COD games, such as COD 2, COD 4, the original Modern Warfare 2, and then he went on to found Respawn Entertainment and created Titanfall and Apex Legends. In December 2021, EA announced they were undergoing an internal shakeup. Zampella was taking on a bigger role as the new overall boss of the Battlefield franchise. This was announced roughly 1 month after the release of Battlefield 2042. In subsequent years, Zampella stated in an interview that 2042 moved too far away from the classic Battlefield experience. He said, "I think they just strayed a little too far from what Battlefield is. They tried to do a couple of things that were maybe ambitious, grow the player count, etc. I don't think they spent enough time iterating on what makes the game fun." Zampella went on to state in this interview that we're putting multiple studios together, we're bringing the best talent together and giving them the time to do something amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you guys think? I think the fact EA put Zampella in charge of the Battlefield franchise is a good sign. I think EA know they fucked up badly with BF5 in 2042 and they want to revive the franchise. But even with Zampella and more developers and funding, I don't think anything is going to stop EA from putting profit above everything else. It'll be interesting to see more information regarding the Battlefield game released in the coming months. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more FPS gaming videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.